Hey guys, guess what time it is? It's 2 o'clock. It's time to draw. Usually I'm drinking my giant jar of water at the end of every lesson, but I just felt like I needed extra hydration today. I hope you're drinking your water and washing your hands. Welcome! Happy Tuesday. Hello everyone. Tuesday of Easter week. We have a little story time here before we start drawing for today. But first, I need to tell you what we're drawing today. So last week was Critter Week, and we drew 5 different critters. And this week is Spring Week, but today is also going to be a critter. And I'm going to give you guys a minute to think about what is the most springy critter you can think of. Yep, bunny rabbit. So when my sister Angela and I were little and it was Easter time, my mom took us to a store called McClure's, and maybe like one of you who are watching, of the people who are watching this, maybe you know about McClure's, but it was one of the really lovely department stores here in Nashville when I was growing up. And we would go and get our stockings for Easter Sunday, but yeah, I know. But we would also get to go and see the bunnies. They always had in the center of the store, they had this little area, and they always had different decoration or different decor themes for the little bunnies area, but they had it in the center of the store. And you could not touch the bunnies, but you could stand and lean over as far as you possibly could and look at all of the sweet little baby bunnies. And when McClure's closed, sadly, Phillips Toy Mart took over the tradition. And it's a beautiful thing. And I found a photo of several years ago. We had some Swedish relatives in town, and we took them to see the bunny rabbits. Can you see that? Well, you can't see it because it's so tiny. Look at the little bunny. Oh my goodness. Fell in as a 3-year-old. Wow. Check out that bunny. So today we're going to be drawing bunnies. Rebecca, that's hilarious. And if you've been following me for a while and watched some of these videos, you might have seen some of the different ways that I have tried like mad to prop my camera. And today, this is going to be my new attempt, because I always find myself holding my camera with my left hand and trying to draw, and I would love to have both hands. So I'm wondering if I just, and I've tried it and we'll see if it works, maybe if I just stick the camera in the box like this, but you're gonna have to let me know if it affects the sound too much. I've also got this giant rock sitting on the other box that I could maybe set my phone on. So we're gonna keep trying, because winners just keep trying. Winners don't give up. All right, so bunny rabbit. Just like a lot of the critters that we drew last week, I'm going to go ahead and get my up high set up real fast. Just like a lot of the critters that we worked on last week, we started with a shape. We're going to do the same thing again, which is why I'm using the good old pencil. But you know what I got to do before I begin, even though I'm starting with that pencil. Gotta just do this. It's good looking. All right, so today we are going to do this bunny on the profile view. Yes, Ruby, brilliant. And we are going to be doing it on the profile view, but if I have enough time at the end, I might give you a quick little lesson of how to do the head on a front view. So for those of you who are just now tuning in or who may not know what front view and profile view means, when you're looking at someone's face from the front, you see both eyes. When you're looking at them from the side, you just see the side of their head. So front view and profile view. So our bunny rabbit today is going to be starting with an oval. And we've done a lot of our critters with ovals, but this one is going to be, hi Angela. This one is going to be one of those diagonal ovals. Remember when we did our little birdies? We did ovals. We practiced drawing ovals. We did one that was standing up straight, kind of like a vertical oval, and then we did a horizontal oval, sort of like if this was an egg and it fell over. But if it's in the middle of falling over, it's a diagonal oval. Does that make sense? So maybe while we're thinking about getting started, go ahead and start drawing some of those oval shapes. And my oval today, I'm actually going to do a diagonal going this way. And just like yesterday, I've got my little just kind of cheapo sketchy book, and then I've got my big piece of paper. So if you don't have two separate pieces of paper, you can just take your piece of drawing paper and flip it over and do some of these kind of sketch warm-ups on the back of your piece of paper, because one piece of paper actually is two pieces of paper, front and back, back and front. All right, so my bunny rabbit today is going to start with an oval that looks a little like this. And I'm gonna switch to my real piece of paper in a minute, but I'm just kind of getting the hang of what that feels like to draw an oval sort of diagonal, sort of like he's that way. And then his little head is going to be kind of an oval, but do you guys know what, if I said strawberry, do you know what's different about a strawberry than an oval? And you know what, there are some strawberries that are ovals, but a strawberry has kind of like that little point. See how that looks a little bit different? It's almost like it's like an oval and a triangle got married and had a baby, and then the strawberry is the resulting child. Sometimes I listen to myself and I think, self, come on now. All right, so we've got our little oval going diagonally, because this bunny rabbit's going to be sort of sitting up at attention. And then our head, it could just be an oval, but if you wanted to try to make it into that strawberry shape, you can do that. So if we've practiced that enough, then I'm going to go ahead and set that aside, and we're going to get cracking on our drawing of our bunny rabbit. And this, you can think of this as an Easter bunny, but also one of the springiest things to happen in the natural world is the birth of a lot of little bunny rabbits. So I'm going to start with this pencil, and then I'm going to switch to my fave in a minute. All right. Try to draw this a little larger today so that when my camera is way up, that maybe you guys can see it a little bit better. Can you guys see that? How's everyone doing? I'm always trying to slow down just a little bit. All right, so I've got my body of my bunny rabbit, and then very lightly, I'll do that kind of, I'm going to start it as an oval, and it's not right on top. It's kind of hovering over on this side. And so then I'm going to kind of start turning that into the strawberry just by putting a little more of a pointy end over here. So, and just like I've done before, I'm kind of going over and over and over just until I feel like I've got it right. And I think that's about right. It might be a little small for this body, so maybe I'll make it a tiny bit bigger. Maybe like that. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and, no, I'm not. I'm going to stay with this guy. Sorry, guys. All right, so we definitely are going to need some ears on this bunny. And one of my personal favorite kinds of bunnies is a floppy-eared bunny, but I'm just going to make this a regular sticky-uppy ears bunny. And they're just kind of like a long, sort of upside down U shape. And I'm going to leave those there. I'm going to try to resist the urge to put any detail on them quite yet. And then, just like when we drew our squirrel last week, and our puppy dog, remember we talked about that sort of back hip line that we call a haunch? Well, a bunny rabbit has one too. A lot of animals have them. My kitty cat has one. So it's sort of like a little line that's his very, very strong back leg. Bunny rabbits have very strong back legs. So it's kind of like his back leg is sort of folded up on itself. And they've got kind of long feet in the back. So I'm gonna wait, and I'm gonna let you guys kind of get caught up a little bit. And another line that I forgot to put on here was sort of the chest of the bunny rabbit. And it's just a little kind of extension of this oval shape. It's just a little line that kind of makes this a little bit bigger in the front. See? Doesn't that all of a sudden be like, oh yeah, that works a whole lot better? It's amazing how that happens. So I'm going to just erase that little line. And now we need our cute little front paws. And because he's on profile view, this leg on the other side, obviously we're not going to be able to see it. It's over on that side of the bunny. But we are going to see both of his little front paws. So I'm going to do two little lines that come down here. And then a line that's kind of similar to this little line, because their little paws all look kind of the same. It's just like a little... Sometimes when I don't know what word to use, maybe you guys have started noticing this about me, I just whistle or say boink. Sometimes I have the words and sometimes I don't. All right, so I'm just going to kind of complete these little shapes with a little line at the bottom. And then put kind of the cute little baby bunny toes on there. Okay, he's looking real cute. Now we most definitely are going to need a little floofy tail. And so I'm going to come back this way. And you know what I haven't done? I haven't sort of completed this back line of our bunny. So right now it just goes donk donk. So I need to sort of bridge these two shapes with a line that kind of looks like this. Does that help? And then it comes down, and then it's got that cute little fluffy tail. And a lot of times when I see bunny rabbits in my backyard, the thing that you see is that bright white on the back of their little bodies because they move so fast. Okay, so I am liking the look of this bunny so far. I'm going to erase that little line and that little line so that now it starts looking like a full bunny. And now I'm going to try my little box trick, and you guys let me know if my voice gets muffled at all. I'm just going to see if this works. Just always experimenting. How's that? Is that gonna, yeah, that might work. Okay. All right, so as we are making this look a little less strange, we're going to use... Remember, we've talked a lot about, especially last week in Critter Week, we talked about texture and these kind of jiggity-jaggedy lines that make it look like there's fur. Jiggity-jaggedy, it is! And talked about sort of little hair markings, little furry markings you could make. But the jiggity-jaggedy line is just kind of like a doink, 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 doink. See, there I did it again. All right, so we're going to use one of these sort of jiggity-jaggedy lines right here, sort of, it's sort of the bunny just has a good, well, it's chest hair. I don't know what else to call it. It's hair on the bunny's chest. All right, and I'm just gonna put some more down here. Hi, Ellie. And so I'm just gonna put just some little hair markings down here because it makes me feel good. All right, so now to what can be the most frustrating part, but I hope it's the most fun part, which is gonna be our bunny rabbit's little sweet, precious face. And bunnies have real cute little noses, but before we start anything, I need to erase this stuff right here, which was from our initial shapes that we drew, but I don't think we need that anymore. And you know what else I'm going to do? I'm going to switch to this guy. And just like I've done with some of our other critter drawings, I'm going to just go in and sort of define some areas, just make them a little darker and a little more sure. So I'm going to take from this ear, and remember we've also talked about with our other critters how you make something, and I feel like a broken record, but there's some people who haven't heard this yet. So when you look at something that's on the other side of something, then the lines sort of stop at whatever is in front of it. And what I mean by that is I'm going to put a line here, so it makes it look like this ear is over on the other side of the bunny's head. And this one we can see the front of. All right, so I'm going to darken this line. Yeah. Darken this line and bring it. And I'm going to leave it there for now because I want to go ahead and put the cute little nose on. And that's going to help me know how to do the rest of this. So I'm going to wait for you guys to do what you need to do, and I'm going to darken some of these lines, and then I'm going to go in with the nose. And it's really it's a V shape, but it's sort of a wide V shape. And here's where it goes. I'm going to start with my pencil right here, and I'm going to go V. Isn't it amazing how one line just makes it like all of a sudden like, that is a bunny if I ever saw one. And then we've got sort of a little line that comes down here. And then they've got these cute little sort of poofy, you know what? I made this line a little too dark. Sorry, guys. Sorry. That's why erasing, that's why pencil is just the best thing in the world. I made that a little too dark. I'm actually going to make this come out a little bit, so that you see this little poofy area where his little whisker dots go, so that we see that on the other side as well. And because I can't help myself, I'm just going to make it look like there's a tiny bit of a smile. And then maybe I'll use some more jiggity-jaggedy lines right here, so it looks like he's super fuzzy and soft. Okay, yes sir, Mr. Bunny. All right, now a rabbit's eyes are actually quite large. You know, on some of my other critters, I didn't really make very large eyes, but for something to look like a bunny, it really does have to have a good size eye. So if I had to compare that to something, I'd say this right here is sort of, what would we compare that to? I don't know. I'm just going to let you look at it, and I'm going to let you make draw your conclusions. Get it? Draw your conclusions. Okay. I also feel like he needs a little bit of this down here. Oh, yes. Did you guys see what I just added? It's just like a little line down below. I'm going to get real close to this so you guys can get the gist. All right. So let's go ahead and give this little bunny eye some color, and they're really, really dark. Actually, hold on. I'm going to get really close to this so you can see. So I like to start kind of just inside that circle, that shape that I drew. Uh-oh, here. Is that better, Ruby? Yes? She said the comments were blocking the eyeball. Thank you. Sometimes I think about turning off the comments so that people can see really well, and then I think that would really make me kind of sad not to have some feedback and some options. Thank you. Okay. And also, I'm going to leave a little bit of the eye not colored so that it looks like there's some sunshine gleaming on this little bunny rabbit's eye. So it's really colored in quite dark. I just left one little dot not colored. Oh my goodness, he's so cute. All right, so now we're gonna do some cute little guys. How many times have I said the word cute? I'm sorry, I can't help it. I'm gonna do the sort of details on this bunny rabbit's ear. And they have this kind of line. Oh, swipe the comments down. Brilliant. Wait, down? All the way? Did that work? I don't know. We'll see. But I want to see. Hold on. Okay. All right. So this line, I'll keep him up at the top so you guys can see. This line kind of gets closer and closer to the edge of the ear as you go up. And then I'm going to do the same thing over here. And it goes doot. Now, because we're seeing the back side of this ear, it's not going to look the same. That ear is turned that way. So this kind of cute little pink part of the ear, although I'm not using color today, is on the other side. So we could just do kind of a profile view of the ear over there. Maybe that kind of works. I don't know. All right, so I kind of think we now need, oh my goodness gracious, you guys know me, forgot the eyebrow, and then I'm going to put the eyebrow on the other side. And you know what else I'm going to do? I'm going to do some little motion, like maybe this little bunny is doing that cute little thing that bunnies do. He's going sniff, sniff. All right, and now some of these lovely little sort of short strokes of lines, I think I'm going to put some on his nose. You guys don't have to do this. If you want to just watch me do it, and then if you feel like you want to add that, you can. It just looks like a little bit of sweet little fuzzy texture on his little nose or on his head. And then we definitely are going to need some little whiskers. Bunnies do have little whiskers. So what I like to do to make the whiskers look as fine as possible, when I make whiskers, I start at the whisker dot and I go, see? And then I go, it's like you're drawing and picking up your pencil at the same time. So it doesn't make it's like a doink. It's like a check mark almost. That's kind of fun to do. You could just fill a whole page with those. So those are my little whiskers. And I think I want to do some little hair markings inside the bunny's ears. Give a little softness in there. And I'm going to go back. I don't think I really did a whole lot of texture. So I'm going to do some of those, my beloved jiggity jaggedy lines on his back. I'm going to go in here and make this line of his back haunch a little stronger. And maybe here's like his little heel, sort of like that. I don't know. And we'll go ahead and make this a little darker. Maybe put some of those funny little hair markings on the tops of his paws. And it adds texture, but it also adds kind of some shading almost. Kind of feel like we need a few more jiggity jaggedy lines right here. He's adorable. It's almost like he has like a fur around his neck. All right, so now we're gonna go to our dear little tail. Jiggity jaggedy, jiggity jaggedy. It's like a little cotton ball. And then I'm going to make some more of those fun little lines. Doesn't matter where you put them, but wherever you put them makes it look more interesting and more textured. All right, guys, what do we think? How do we feel about this bunny? I think I want to give this bunny somewhere lovely to be sitting. And so, here, I also feel like I need to see the back of that little, oh my gosh, that makes me feel so much better. I needed that line right there. You see why? It was very necessary. All right, so I'm gonna give my bunny just a very simple little kind of patch of grass. And these are some different kinds of jiggity-jaggedy lines. These are almost like spikes, like blades of grass. Kind of like those leaves that we put on our daffodils and our tulips yesterday. And I'm just kind of going crazy. Like maybe there are some blades of grass behind the bunny. And what more do we need, you guys? I mean, that's a pretty adorable little drawing. I think maybe we could add, I don't know, maybe he's got a little butterfly friend flying in the air. But I promised myself that I was going to try to make this a little more brief today, and so I think I might go ahead and call it a day for today, but just as always, I can't stop myself from adding things. And so I will probably keep adding to this little drawing. I can't help myself up here. Got to put some little more hair and texture markings up here. I think this bunny needs a name, but I'm not going to rush into it because names are important. And so I'm going to think on that for a little while. My goodness gracious. You know what's fun about being an artist is I know that millions of bunnies already exist, but I just made that bunny. Like that bunny did not exist before just now. Isn't that kind of fun? Like the bunny that maybe you're drawing right now, it never existed until you picked up your pencil and you said, "You bunny, I'm going to make you." So he says goodbye for today. He's so glad that you joined us. There's somebody walking on the sidewalk outside and they just looked in. It just looks a little crazy, like who's that crazy lady? All right, so spring week day 2 in the books. If you drew a bunny that you would love to share, you can either post it yourself and just tag it with the good old, hold on. You can use the little art class with Miss Coates at home hashtag if you'd like to. You could also tag me in it if you know how to do that sort of thing, which I'm guessing you do. By the way, here are some of my sketches that I did this morning before I did this lesson. All right, so I hope that you are having just a delightful Tuesday. I hope that this was a fun and relaxing and energizing little exercise. And we'll see you tomorrow for more spring drawing. And remember, we only have 2 more days because Friday is a holiday. So I won't be on here on Friday. Until tomorrow, wash your hands. Also, I would love to hear if anybody has a song that you sing while you're washing your hands. You can always let me know. Drink your water. Stay hydrated. Be good to each other. Go outside if you can. Today is very warm in Nashville, but sort of overcast and breezy, which is very nice. And I'm going outside when I turn off this camera. So thank you for joining me. I can't wait to see the bunny rabbits that were made in the last, 25, 30 minutes. And we'll see you tomorrow. Until then, lots of love and goodbye.